Hello, beautiful souls. I am here to talk to you about the Rose Priestess Path program that is open and ready for enrollment. I have been busy behind the scenes moving all of it over to this platform. Our last group of priestesses that have gone through this were in that in between stage of had partial on the old platform, but we moved our group over to this platform. So I have been loving the features of this platform and allowing for that community space where we get to, share and connect and dive a little deeper into our conversations with each other. So, ta-da! All right, so I'm Jena Skai. In case you don't know me, if you're new to me, hi, welcome, hello. Thank you for joining me here in this space or wherever it is that you are watching this video. It's probably going to be on YouTube, on Facebook, on my Mighty Networks platform, all of those spaces. So thank you for tuning in. Let's cut right to it. Okay. So first of all, um, yes, I've been in the healing arts field for over 20 years now. This is my path, my purpose, my life. It is my way of life. It is absolutely a living practice for me. So the priestess path has shifted over the years, and it's been a culmination of things that I have learned along my journey of priestessing. So it is shifting and changing and evolving like all of my courses do. If you're familiar with me, you know this. I'm always changing things, and it's because there is this evolution that happens, and I just can't imagine like creating something and leaving it there and never touching it again, because to me anytime we're working with spirituality or energy, like there's always growth, there's always something that shifts and changes, and I love the availability of being able to evolve and grow with that practice and with my classes and with my students and with all of us together. I love that. So and that's why everything's always shifting and changing, because I believe in flowing with that evolutionary process of the work. And in that way, it allows for growth to continue. Like, I don't ever want to be like stuffed down and limited in a box because, it was taught this way and it doesn't get to grow beyond that. No, no, thank you. I want to grow and evolve, and I'm sure you do too. So that's kind of the basis for why things evolve and shift and change. And with this program, especially the Rose Priestess path, there is a specific set of frequencies that we work with, that we open up to. I share transmissions, activations, light codes, things like that in the program, that are specific for this program. But there's also aspects of it that are really intuitive, that come through specifically for the women that show up, that say yes, that sign up. And I love that aspect of it. So it allows it to be this living program that changes with each group that moves through. So that's also the beautiful aspect of this, too. So let me kind of give you a rundown and show you what this is like. So I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to have to share that and then pop over to this page. All right. So this is my Mighty Networks platform, and this is where I'm currently hosting the Rose Priestess Path. And I have several circles and courses that are on this platform now that I've moved everything over to here. And the reason for that is because it gives us a community space that functions much like Facebook, where you get to post, share pictures, you can share videos, all of that stuff. And you get to have conversations, but it's in a safe little container. So only those that are in the Rose Priestess Path will have access to this container. So this way we can deepen our friendships, our relationships with each other, be able to talk more freely and openly with each other about what we're experiencing within the program, working through things together, help with the shadow work aspect, help with holding each other accountable for daily devotional practices and things of that nature. So it makes it a beautiful space to come together and grow together in a sacred container. Along with this space, you get access to the overall platform space, which everyone is in. And that could be people that are just signing up for that free space, or it could be people that are in other programs that I have that are also in that space. But it's a place where everyone is at that is associated with any of the work that I do. So, but there again, it's this platform that is held in a sacred container where it's only people that are in my world, you know what I mean? So it's not like it's wide open out in the public arena like something like Facebook is, where you're just open to like everything that's out there. This is a very contained safe space. So all right, this is the what the Rose Priestess path looks like when you go into the course material. So I'm sharing this with you as a glimpse of what you'll be working with. So this is a journey that's meant to be more of a journey that's experienced. It's meant to be felt. And it's in the feeling that you begin to expand and grow and heal and find that light within you that wants to shine even greater. And I love that. I love that about this work. And I love seeing it happen with the women that move through this program. I love seeing how it absolutely begins to change the way they are carrying themselves, how they feel about themselves, how they are putting themselves out there to the world. Like, I love it. It makes my heart so happy to see the confidence grow, to see that they're able to more embody like the wholeness of who they are. And it is so reflected in how they're showing up. And I just absolutely love that. All right. So part of this, of course, you want to have a journal. So these experiences that you move through for this are just, you got to write it down. It just helps to cement it. It helps with the integration. It helps with the processing of everything. We have live calls too. So there is like class content that is pre-recorded, preset, that is available for you to watch in your own time. But then we also have our live calls that are scheduled. And this is a chance for us to come together as a group for some additional coaching experiences, live kind of energy experiences. And a lot of times it is focused around the moon energy. So we talk about the lunar energies and kind of what's going on as well. You'll be learning to create your devotional rituals and what it's like to hold space and also show up for yourself. Like, how many times do you not do things for yourself because you're so busy? So, this is also a chance for you to create a commitment and a dedication to yourself and take this time for you too. So, that is also in and of itself just an amazing thing to do. So, um, along with the Rose Priestess initiations, there's also other aspects to this that you'll be learning. So, of course, naturally, I talk about crystals and things of that nature. So you do get some crystal information, and with the goddess, of course, as well. So, and learning about the goddesses too. Like, we are covering all kinds of different things in this program. So, yeah, you'll be learning about different goddesses across different pantheons. You'll be learning about crystals and their connections and how they connect to each spiral on the path that we are walking. Um, you'll be learning about the lunar energies. So there's a little astrology in there as well. Perhaps even some herbal information if you're into working with herbs and plants and healing work and energy work and chakra stuff. And so this really embodies all of the things, and I bring all of the things into this container, but I try to do it in a way that keeps it focused to the journey that we're on. So it makes it a little bit easier to grasp, to understand, but it also gives you an introduction to a lot of different things. So this way you can kind of begin to hone in on perhaps something that you're feeling more called to, that you want to explore deeper, so that you can maybe seek a path of mastery in that thing. versus, all of the things. I've got a lot of things because I've been doing this for 20 years. So naturally, I have culminated a lot of certifications and a lot of knowledge over those years. So this gives me a chance to help you and kind of looking at all of these different little paths that are available that begin to open up. And it might be things you didn't realize that you were into until you get a little taste of it and you're like, this is really sparking something in me. So I love that aspect of this as well. The last priestess path that we did, the crystal skulls channeling with crystal skulls really took off. All of the women were crazy about the crystal skulls, and that became a source of focus for the whole group. So that was pretty phenomenal to experience how everyone was just very drawn to working with the crystal skulls and using them for channeling work and working with that deeper. So that was quite an amazing experience. So sometimes that's how it happens, but that's part of the living evolution. The journey of this is that, it was allowed to happen and I got to flow with that for the group. So if I would have had everything planned to a T and what we were covering and that was it and it was limited to just that, that spontaneity wouldn't have been available to make that an offering for those women. So I am here to hold this space to allow what needs to come through for you as an individual when you show up. Like, I'm here to hold that space for you, for each individual woman that shows up in the space. And I am allowing myself to be a channel to hold the energy in the way that it needs to be held for you to get what you need. That is the important thing to me. So there's nothing like cookie cutter laid out limited. It is wide open for that exploration of what needs to come through as well. So that is probably my most favorite aspect of this. And it's taken me a long time, honestly, full transparency. It's taken me a long time to be okay with that because so many other teachers teach from a place of very structured and very limited, right? Like they teach from this, this is the outline, this is what we're covering, and that's it. And here I am like, but it can't be it. We're talking the world of spirituality and energy and it's limitless. So how can we limit things? And so I tried to find and navigate my own way of holding the space to allow what needs to come through to come through. So I really hope that this next group of priestesses really appreciates that as well. I can't wait to see what comes through for that living embodiment part that moves through. All right, so back to the rose path, we've got the first spiral, which is the spiral of the white rose. So here we're connecting to the maiden energy. We're also beginning to tune into the council of grandmothers. We're recognizing the wisdom and the lunar frequencies and the lunar mysteries. And we are opening ourselves up to that as beginners. So I have been through Rose Priestess initiation, oh gosh, probably at least 5 times by now. So, and I will tell you, I absolutely enjoy every time I go through myself, even because it's always another level of that initiation that moves through, and it is amazing. More things come into your awareness. And it really does continue to grow and evolve each time you cycle through. So this first spiral is opening you up to the beginnings. It's opening you up to the mysteries, to that energy that is woven around you that you feel moving through you, but maybe didn't have a name for. And it's giving you this concept of how to connect more deeply and how to move that energy through you and how to become more awake and aware to that. Then in the second spiral, we begin to spiral through the energy of the pink rose frequency and the high heart chakra and what it means to be a bridge between the worlds, what it means to hold that energy of unconditional love and compassion, what it means to invoke the archetypes of the great mothers of the world, right? So we've got a lot of different divine feminine energies that get brought into that circle, which is quite amazing. and to be held in that energy. So, this is where we really dive deeper into the space holding, into the practices of self love, self forgiveness, and then how we bridge that over to the world around us to practice unconditional love for those around us and forgiveness practices for those around us. And then in the third spiral, we spiral into the black rose frequency. And this is the space where we really tune into that cycle of death and rebirth when we recognize the divine feminine forces that flow in the cosmic void, and we do practices that represent that, the death of the old self and the rebirth of the new self, the new awakening of a consciousness of awareness. And it's really a probably my most favorite because I love doing the shadow work aspect of things. That has always been like my favorite, and probably what I've been known most for has been all the shadow work stuff. So I do deeply enjoy that frequency. And there's always a lot that comes through with that. That tends to be the space that gets held for the longest, typically. Um, but I'm open to it always being different, right? So then after that, we journey through to the red rose frequency where we begin to work with the Kundalini energy. So we go through that cycle of death and rebirth, and then we're rebirthed into that fiery red Kundalini energy that brings up this energy, this tantric energy that helps with healing the womb space, healing the yoni, the feminine parts, the divine feminine crown. And it really connects with that serpent energy within to get you moving and moving the energy, and understanding a deeper level of that energetic movement within. And then we go into the fifth spiral, the blue rose of the cosmic masters, the star seed frequencies, the galactic energy, where we really tune into the energy of the cosmic mother. And so here it kind of mirrors that black rose frequency, but on the other side of that, when you're not in that frequency for the deep shadow work, you're in this cosmic frequency that's a much higher elevated vibration. It connects you to the Akashic realm, the Akashic field, the quantum field, and it's really this wide open space that allows you to get to know this energy from a different perspective, to open up to that level of awareness too. So it is quite amazing to recognize all of the different ways that this energy can move through you, right? So we're all fractal pieces of this divine energy. And the divine feminine has a multifaceted kind of energy. And we see this in the wild woman, the mystic, the mother, the creatrix, the weaver, the dreamer, the sorcerer, the alchemist, the sage. She's all these things, and she's so much more. There are so many more archetypal energies aside from, maiden, mother, medicine woman, mage. Like that's just some of them. That's barely the tip on the iceberg. There's so many other energies. And when we get into talking about the energies, we really begin to hone in on specific energetic frequencies that we call forth. And as we call that specific energy forth, we are fine tuning our perception, our understanding, and our depth of experience with that particular energy. And that's where the growth happens. It's really amazing. So this is what this looks like. And I just wanted to share with you. So um, I just wanted to share this particular little page with you because it talks about these energies, and it allows you to get a feel for what we're moving through, what the spirals of the rose frequencies are like. And, plus there's so much more added into it. So, the foundational practices of priestessing, the initiation process. So, we have a special initiation that we do, devotional rituals that we practice. There's so many other aspects to this. And each module also has a crafting piece to it too. I'm going to stop my share and come back to me. All right. So the crafting aspect gives you tools that you'll be creating for you, for your priestess toolbox, your medicine bag, right? So it is a practice that allows you to begin to recognize some skills that you might have stored in there or remembrances that come forward. So, for instance, in the spiral of the white rose, in the first spiral that we work on, we are crafting holy rose water. And this is for you to use for anointing yourself, maybe anointing someone else. And we talk about what it means to be a water priestess. So we flow with that energy as well, and what that means, and what energy that brings forth, and how we can use that as a way of being of service, of practicing our priestessing work. And we have deeper discussions around that, and we share ideas or experiences we've had or things that relate to that. So that is one example. We have another craft, which is creating your own smudging blend that you'll use to create your sacred space. So you'll have your own signature smudging blend that you'll get to craft and create too. We've got medicine bag craft where you're creating your medicine bag so you become more familiarized with all of the practices that you have, all of the medicine that you're carrying. So you have something that you can refer back to. And, there's more, there's so much more. And I am just so excited to share this with you. So if you are interested in joining the Rose Priestess Path, go ahead and head on over to the sign up. I am super excited to have you in that space. And I can't wait to see who shows up in this round because it is always such a beautiful, beautiful practice. So I will hopefully see you soon. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. I'd be more than happy to answer. I am putting together the page on the website as I'm making this video. So all the moving parts are coming together, and I'll have more resources for you to explore, to look, to get a feel, and to be able to ask questions as well. So feel free to find me whatever location you're watching this video. Feel free to reach out to ask questions, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. You can always find me on the website, mysacredsoul.com, and you can click the little chat button there. You'll be chatting with me, so that is how you can connect with me personally too. So you can reach out that way as well. But thank you so much for listening, and if you would love to join us, I would love to have you. All right, sisters, namaste.